So pretty much teaching the course is simple. The method is simple. However, helping people overcome their psychological barriers, that's a little bit of the difficult part. Fear, public speaking is the greatest fear. Question is why? Why weren't we taught how to speak in K through 12? The reason why public speaking is a fear is because, one of my teachers, they put it like this. It's like being in the Olympics and you're at a high dive competition. You're 30 feet in the air and you have a panel of judges and you have to bounce right. You have to flip right. You have to hit the water, make a small splash. People put so much stress upon themselves that they have to speak correctly. However, that's a false belief. That's a limiting belief. That's going to hinder you. Your own negative thoughts are going to keep you from using your best asset. That's your voice. Your voice conveys your emotion, your passion, your understanding, your logic, your reasoning. You have to begin to use it so that you can increase your ability to learn. So in order to overcome that fear, my teacher said, no, don't think of public speaking as an Olympic high dive. Think of it as, you're 10 years old, you're at the pool during summertime with all of your friends and you're having a cannonball competition. You're trying to make the biggest splash. Whenever you speak, you just have to know the points that you're trying to hit and then figure out a way to hit them. There is no right or wrong way. When you approach speaking with that mindset, then you make it fun, you make it playful, and then you begin to learn things as you're speaking, and then you realize the value. You're here because you want to learn faster. You have to do something different in order to get different results. You can't do the same thing and expect different results. So you have to push yourself to go through this process in order to make it a habit so that you can reinforce it in order so that you can see the true benefits. Here's why speaking is so important. When we were kids, as toddlers growing up, what did we learn how to do first? Speak, read, or write? Children learn how to associate images with sounds before they learn how to read and write. So associations and speaking, that's the core of our learning process. Then when we enter K through 12, how come we're not taught how to speak better? We're taught how to read better. We're taught how to write better, but we're not taught how to speak. Why not? As students, when you just stay in your head, you just read and think, it can't compare to reading and speaking. We only stay within our heads to learn, but then we use our voice to socialize. We should use our voice to learn. Think about back in the day when we did show and tell. You bring something in and then you tell the class about it. At that moment, there was no pressure. You were sharing what you liked. And through your passion, your desire to share with other people about what you liked, you were able to build that confidence. In the same way, speak it to keep it is like show and tell for grown people. So to summarize, immediately after lecture, you want to find a place and you want to begin reciting your notes. While all the other students are walking away forgetting what they just heard, you need to go read your notes, one. Then after you read your notes, you need to read them out loud again. After you read them out loud, then you need to turn the notes over and begin to try to recite them. If you miss some, it's okay. Take a peek at your notes, read what you missed, and then begin again trying to recite. As you're reciting, imagine the lecture and imagine anything that you may have missed. Try to draw up any kind of subconscious natural memory. And then when you get a little bit more confident, begin to act like you are the professor and begin to reteach yourself that material. As you get better, then eventually you want to teach somebody else. So space speaking review, you do it immediately after lecture. Then you wait about 2 hours and you do that same process again, but it should get faster. And then you do it again that evening before you go to bed, or if you have time, you reteach a friend. So that's space speaking review in a nutshell, along with the origin of how I came to that learning process and some different theories and psychological ideas to help you overcome anything that may hold you back and motivate you in order to go forward into this learning process. See you on the next video.